All right, so it's Thursday, August 4th, 2016 at 5:15 p.m. And all right. So I may or may not go on Omegle a lot because I'm bored with my life and it's a nice way to meet people and potentially make friends, right? No shame in my game. I started talking to this one trans woman. Like she was kind of cool, like a little weird, but I asked her today after speaking to her last night. I said, "What are your pronouns?" And she's like, "Female question mark." And I was like, "Why are you acting like that's a weird question? Like I was just making sure you didn't go by they them pronouns." And she's like, "Why would I go by those pronouns? I would feel weird if someone called me they." And I was like, "I was just leaving room open for you if you were non-binary." And then she said really offensive shit about non-binary people, saying like she doesn't believe it and that the people she met that are non-binary were just doing it as a fad. And I was like, what? Like, way to be disrespectful towards like people's identities. But I was like, whatever, I let it go. Then I don't know what we were talking about, because I guess she's stealth and she was saying like she doesn't want to like look to the past, she just wants to like move to the future, because I was telling her about how I have a YouTube and how I was like documenting the process, and she's like, "Yeah, I don't do that." And then she like went on to say, let me read this because this is just, and let me just say, everyone is entitled to their own opinion. You can feel how you want, but like I gravely disagree with what this person said. She said, "See, I view being trans as a medical issue. I don't feel it's a thing to be proud of. It's a condition that causes dysphoria and all sorts of issues. I feel celebrating it or being proud of this is like celebrating MS or being proud that you wet the bed. It's just ... Something went wrong in the womb. I got the wrong body. I'm fixing it. Not like a hairy lip, not like having an arm or not having an arm when born." Then she said, "I'm not saying to not be proud for transitioning. I'm proud of what I've done to fight to transition. I'm proud of the caliber of person I am. I'm not proud because I'm trans. It'd be like being proud for being white or brunette." There's so many things that I think are really wrong with what she said. But I'm just going to focus on my opinion, because who am I to say that she's wrong or stupid or all the other names that I want to call her, because it really doesn't matter what I think. So I'm going to focus on why I am proud to be trans and why I don't choose to be stealth and why I choose to share my transition on YouTube with all of you wonderful people. So, okay, let's start with that. Why do I share my transition on YouTube? I think I share my transition on YouTube because I want to let the general public know that it is okay and totally normal to be trans. Like, there's nothing wrong with who I am. I do not consider this a fucking medical condition. Like, what the fuck? This is just something that I am. It's part of my identity. I guess I can agree that, like, the parts that I have don't match who I actually am, but I don't consider that like a medical anomaly. It's just how things happened. And I am proud. I'm so proud of who I am. Like I, like all the other trans people in the world, am doing something off the beaten path. I'm choosing to take hormones. I'm having surgery in 5 days to remove breast tissue that does not belong on my body. Like, how many people can say that they are literally changing genders? Not a whole lot of people can say that they're taking the journey that I am. And I want to share it with people that are maybe questioning their gender or are trans and trying to come to terms with it and think that they're wrong or gross or disgusting. Like, I want to help people. I want to make the kind of videos that I wish I could have seen when I was coming to terms with my gender. And as far as like me posting it on my Tumblr and Facebook, I want to inform my family members and my friends that maybe don't understand trans issues that like me, of all people, am trans. I was the most feminine, female of the world. And then all of a sudden I was like, just kidding, my whole life is a lie, I'm trans. And I came out on Facebook. Everybody knows that I'm Facebook. YouTube knows I'm trans. Like, I'm not ashamed of who I am. I'm proud that I went from being this makeup wearing, high heel, spandex skirt wearing person to like the man that I am now. My gender expression is completely different. I'm on fucking hormones. I'm getting my tits chopped off. Like, this is a big deal. This is something to me to be celebrated because I am becoming my authentic self. I am not going to hide in the dark and be ashamed and think that I have something medically wrong with me. No, absolutely fucking not. I am proud as a bitch of who I am, okay? If you want to be stealth, all the more power to you. I'm not judging you. If that is a choice for safety or just personal choice, do you, boo. But that's not how I choose to live my life, and I hope that I never do. I mean, yes, I'm not going to tell the fucking grocery store clerk, like, actually I'm a dude if they misgender me. But also, if, like, it comes up in conversation, like, it's important. I'm proud of my trans status. So basically, I blocked this bitch because I was like, everything you said is very offensive to me, especially the whole non-binary stuff. Like, discrediting other people's identities, I think is just really rude and disrespectful. And it's honestly ignorant and just closed-minded. Like, you're in a community of people, and for you to say that their identities or pronouns aren't valid or weird or uncomfortable for you, then what the fuck is wrong with you, bitch? Like, you're just... whatever. So I'm not going to talk to them ever again because I have no interest in surrounding myself with people that I think are very close-minded. So the bottom line is, I'm proud of being trans. This is a fucking journey. It's hard as fuck. I would not wish being trans on any person that I know because it's fucking awful half the time. But I'm going to celebrate who I am. I'm going to be proud. I'm going to be out loud and proud and be like, hey, motherfuckers, I'm here. I got my flag. Like, this is me. This is me, and I'm not ashamed. And I hope that if people are watching this and they're trans or they're questioning their identity, that you can be proud of who you are because there is nothing to be ashamed of. There is nothing wrong with you. You're you. You're doing you. That's it. Like, there's nothing wrong with us. And anyone who thinks that there is something wrong with you being trans, I honestly feel bad for them because I think this is something to be celebrated, that we are going against the grain, against society that has violence and hatred against us being who we are. That takes strength and bravery to be trans and visible. So, I don't know. I don't want to say fuck that bitch because that's really negative, but low-key fuck that bitch.